This little intro is inspired by Inky Rocks on YouTube. If you haven't checked out her channel, I highly recommend it because she does some really beautiful experiments with inks. Good morning, everyone. So today we're going to be exploring all the green inks that I have in my collection. Someone had actually asked for recommendations, and so I thought instead of explain some of the green inks that I really liked, I thought I'd just share them. So first of all, I am using Tomoe River paper, which does show off the inks really nicely, more than most papers. So keep that in mind. And also none of these are waterproof, although I will be doing little water drop tests. So the first one is Rohrer and Klingner Alt-Goldgrun. This is one of the bottles that I've used the most. I really like this ink. I like the way it behaves. I like the color. Next up is Robert Oster Khaki. This is also one that I have used a whole lot, and it's a little bit more on the brown yellow tone. Robert Oster Crocodile Green. Noodler's Ink Green, which is the only green in this grouping that I have yet to actually use in a pen. I got it as a Christmas present from maybe my mom. Was it my mom? She got me inks last Christmas, which was really wonderful. Anyways, so this is Noodler's Ink Sequoia Green, which is super, super rich and pigmented. I really like this green, actually, although it's not showing up very well right now. Iroshizuku Chiku-Rin, which is one of the very first inks that I ever had, and it was one of my favorite inks for a really long time. I like it less these days because I feel like it really spreads on the paper. It's a very watery ink, and it makes a very fat line, but it's a beautiful color. Then we have Kyo No Oto Urahairo, number 8. I think this is a really nice shade, but I find it to be a little bit boring. And then the Pelican Edelstein. This is the Olivine color. We have Diamine Meadow, which has some sheening. I think that's kind of nice for such a light ink. And then Diamine Sherwood Green, which is another favorite of mine that I have used a whole heck of a lot. And then, last but not least, we have Diatromentos, Charles Dickens. At this point, my little glass tip broke, and so it was scratching the paper, and I was having a really hard time writing with it, which is a little bit of a bummer. But luckily, they are easy to come by, and I'll be able to replace it. This is probably the third, I think this is actually the third glass dip pen that I've had, and they've all, they break. I mean, that is what you get with a glass pen. So here I am just dropping on some water, and then I went ahead and absorbed up the water on one of the dots, and then I will later on wipe the other water blob away, just so you can see how it kind of like smudges on the paper. Top 3 inks would be the Rohrer and Klingner Alt-Goldgrun, Robert Oster Khaki, and the Diamine Sherwood Green, followed by then the Robert Oster Crocodile Green and the Diatromentis Charles Dickens as like runner-ups. So thank you all for watching.